somewhat watch the game if
Whoa,
I need
wait.
to.
Oh, you're watching the Ravens Steelers?
Yeah, and I just had like a huff in the way, but now I get a view of the television while I'm here, and I just wanted to. It's the best. It's probably the best game of the year. I mean, it may not be the best game of the year, but it's probably the most important game of the year.
It's the most important,
Um,
that's for sure.
it's the most important. I am wearing Drake Drake MVP May jersey, um,
Mm.
and I got well fucking behind him. But I think that's a pretty good place for us to start right now, or dog
For the Patriots being dominant,
is the Patriots being dominant, and there are a couple. First of all, there's a couple really fun facts about the NFL season this year that I'd like to share with people, and they are all at the detriment of the New York Jets. So the New York
let's
Jets are
go.
the first team in NFL history to go an entire season without an interception. And they also played an extra game than 98% of the seasons played in the NFL because now there's week 18. So let's put that into perspective with how
Right.
shitty
They
they are.
had one extra chance to do it, and they
To
still
not
didn't do
suck.
it.
Yeah.
Still
And
couldn't do it there.
the second one is that the New York Jets are the first football team, another first football team in NFL history to go 5 consecutive games, losing those football games by 23 or more points.
Oh, that is such
And
a
the
tough number.
and the kicker to that is literally like they're the worst team in football. It's not even close, right?
Yeah, right,
And they still aren't the worst team in football. Like that's
right.
how much the Jets are the Jets, right? They are the worst team in NFL history, and they still didn't get the number one pick. Like, think about that. Think
Yeah,
about how Jets you have. There's no other team in the history of sports that could be so atrociously bad that they're so bad and they're even bad at being bad.
they're even the metaphor for it. They're like they butt fumbled the whole season.
Yeah, like literally the whole season got butt fumbled,
Got
and
butt
now they get
fumbled.
the second overall pick, and it's
That
not
that's
like
literally that's the definition of a metaphorical butt fumble.
oh yeah, no, it is, but like the other thing about the Jets is all right. So the Raiders obviously sucked. The Raiders got the number one overall pick. The number two overall pick goes to the Jets, and the number
Is that a
three overall
Tom
pick
Brady
goes.
inside job? It can't be because
N-
Goodell, whatever.
No, no.
Just Tom Brady.
But just Tom Brady. But then
They suck, by I mean,
the
they're
the
terrible also.
Giants got the number three overall pick, and that actually probably worked out great for the Jets or Giants because the Giants at least have a good quarterback and a good running back, right? They have Scattaboo out for the season, right? That really hurt the Giants season.
Yep.
And Jackson Dart is he's a good quarterback. And but beyond being good, at least he's fun to watch,
Yes.
right? He's fun to watch play football. Scattaboo is fun to watch play football. The
Scattaboo is
Jets
so fun.
just the other
Yeah,
fun Jets fact
and they
that I
they traded
have.
guys away. I mean, they like knew
Oh
9 games into the season that it was going to be tough. 8 games, whatever it
yeah.
was. They made
So
trades that hurt
they
them
made trades.
in the short
So
term.
so Sauce Gardner, who is arguably the best cornerback, probably Satan, right?
Saucy
Like there are a
Garden, yeah,
couple, yeah. Like Sauce Gardner is probably inarguably top five cornerback in the NFL right now, right?
right.
He went from the Jets, who were 1-7, and he was traded to the 8-1 Indianapolis Colts,
Yeah,
who then went 2-7 the rest of the way.
horrible.
Think about that. Like the lesson of that, obviously, Daniel Jones going down, hurt, like
Some
the
other
whole nine
factors.
yards, right? Other factors, but like the moral of that story is don't get a jet, just
Mm-mm.
stay away
Let the
mid
Jets
season.
Let the Jets go on
Mid-season, don't get
waivers.
a Jet. Mid-season, don't get a Jet.
Yeah.
If you want to pick up a Jet after the fact, they'll probably turn out to be somewhat okay.
And Jets
But
fans, we'll take you. Just turn your jersey in for a, I don't know, someone you love like Gronkowski or Brady or um
or start rooting for someone you hate, like the Pats, and maybe your team will get better.
get a
Maybe.
Gronkowski jersey.
Get a Gronk jersey. Get a Drake May. Get a Drake May jersey.
Get a Drake
Do
May
something.
jersey.
Drake May jersey.
I like how you say it.
Drake
I just say
Drake
May
May.
May. May.
That's what my dad goes. Drake May, and I'm like, no, it's just Drake May.
Right.
But my dad has a tough time pronouncing things. But
Is that
we were
true?
looking.
You're
Oh
dead.
my god,
In
it's
my
so funny. It's so funny. Like
You know what?
if the
That
name
makes
is
sense, but he's like so
if the
eloquent.
name
He's so
if the
put
name is
together.
somewhat complicated, it's
Mm,
a failure for my
mm,
father. Like,
gotcha.
the brewery Omegang?
I do.
Okay, he can't do it. And so he
He
just
can't say
calls it
Omegang.
no, he's like Schmoegang. And so it's just Schmoegang. Like that's what we call it in our household
Yeah,
because
yeah,
like
yeah.
Bill
Yeah,
Bill
and then at a certain point, like he knows how to pronounce it right, but then he just does it for the bit.
like we were in a business meeting once and he couldn't oh my god, what was his
No
name?
way. Don't say that he mispronounced like a partner or like somebody we're gonna do
No,
business
no,
with.
no, 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 not someone that he did business with. It was like Tony Kornheiser, and my dad kept calling him like Tony Kornreiser, and I was like, Dad, that's not it. Like
Like a little,
it's
yeah, yeah,
not,
yeah.
it's close. Like if you were taking a test, you'd probably get a 90 on it, but like you know.
Yep.
But here's my thing about the New England Patriots is I think that in spite the Pats not getting the bye and the number one seed, it actually probably works out better for the New England Patriots. And
Okay.
let me explain this,
Okay.
which is the Pats get guaranteed if they keep winning two playoff games at home, right? So they get the wild
Right.
card game next week at home, and then the week after that, if they win, they get the divisional game at home, no matter what.
Yep.
The advantage is there aren't any teams in the AFC that I am personally scared of.
Right.
There's only one team in the AFC playoff picture that scares me, and that's the Buffalo Bills.
Sure.
For rightfully so, the Buffalo Bills, they scare
Dude,
me.
Josh Allen put up points in every game. I mean, in I'm actually I haven't looked at his season totals. I wouldn't be surprised if he put up, a top 10 like top 10 season.
Easy, and he didn't play the last game of the season, right?
Yeah.
Like he didn't play today. And so by the Patriots getting the number two seed, it is impossible for them to play the Buffalo Bills until the AFC Championship game, which, if they play the Bills, will be in New England.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice.
So if the Pats win and if the Pats beat the Chargers, then they obviously advance to the divisional round. If the Bills beat Jacksonville, who would be their wild card round, the playoffs then get reseeded
Right.
so that the Denver Broncos would then play the Buffalo Bills in their divisional league
Okay.
game.
Okay.
And the Pats will either get the Texans or whoever wins this game.
Okay.
And that is, I'd say, an easier path to the AFC Championship game than having to go through the Buffalo Bills, regardless of if it's home or not.
Yeah, no, I think that is, I mean, fingers crossed. I do think that's going to be our, mini Super Bowl. I do. We have to play the Chargers first round.
Chargers first round. Yep.
They are not that scary to me. Um, I think I have a hard time separating them out in my brain from the Rams. I know the Rams have had
I
a much
know,
better
I
season than the
know, I
Chargers.
know, I know. I do too. All I remember, all you have to think about. is Rams, Matthew Stafford,
Stafford,
Chargers, Justin Herbert.
right? Um, and I mean, so I'm hoping that it is like a fairly. I mean, whatever. It's playoffs. Everyone's digging a little harder. The bonuses are a little bit easier. You know, each. Uh, we got a question, Sean Payne, whose debut patch? That is Jeff Criswell's debut patch.
Jeff Criswell's
Sorry
debut
for not getting to you
patch.
sooner.
That is Jeff Criswell's, and we theoretically could have another
Another.
one. Another
So
one.
Travis, I just wanted to
Um,
say, I'm not. I'm hopeful that Drake May gets to play a game where he gets serious confidence in the playoffs, and then works into those bigger challenges. But
yeah, I mean,
obviously, any team. I'm not saying it's a given. It's not a given. Every
it's
team makes it
any
this
given
far.
Sunday. Any given Sunday, right?
That's where it comes from. I'm rooting for
Any
Baltimore
given
tonight.
Sunday.
It's because of my Derrick Henry kaboom card. LOL. Yes, that is a great reason, and also just because he's awesome. Like I just want to see awesome guy do awesome things. As New
Yeah,
England
like I
fans, we're used to
wanted,
that.
I really wanted the Bucks to make the playoffs because I really like Baker Mayfield. I
Yes.
just really like Baker Mayfield, and I wanted the Bucks to make the
Okay.
playoffs for
Do
no other reason than that.
you have such a good brain for this, Travis? So I know that the Bears lost today. They're still in the
Yes,
wild card though.
yes, the Bills, the
The Bears.
Bears are yes. Well, so if the Bears won today, they would have been the number 2 seed in the NFC.
Okay, and then they lost to who?
The Bears lost to mm,
Jared Goff, the Lions.
they love the Lions. For
Goff.
some reason I couldn't get the Cincinnati the Battle of Ohio out of my head.
Fair. I'm just gonna say I watched some highlights from that game. Excited. They are two of the
I'm
most
rooting for
exciting quarterbacks to watch.
Boom Card. Oh, he quoted you.
No, I
He
quoted
quoted you.
him. I quoted
Oh, you
him.
quoted him. Oh, I thought you had a Kaboom card, and I let it slide because I was like, I didn't know you ever had that. But
No, no, no.
that's
I was
hey,
reading his. He
Kaboom
said,
Kaboom.
I've been telling everyone about Caleb Williams. He's got an 80s boy look. Yeah. Yeah. So I think Trevor
But
Lawrence is firmly in the 80s boy look also. Um,
Firmly in the well, no one takes the cake in terms of '80s looks more than Gardner Minshew.
Garner Minshew. That's who I had. I
Gardner
had Garner.
Minshew is Gardner Minshew is the most '80s guy that
Yeah.
NFL has ever
I
created
would even
outside of the
say
'80s.
Minshew's even like a 40s guy. Like if I saw a photo of him in like World War II, like if he was like on
In the
top of a tank,
trenches, yeah, he'd fit. He'd
he'd fit
totally
in.
fit.
He
Yeah,
would
being the captain of the tank would fit
exact yeah,
like
he would be
100%.
he'd be John
He'd be
Bernthal.
the
No,
guy.
he'd be
Yeah,
Brad Pitt in Fury.
in Fury, he'd be bat. Dude, yes, I love that movie. It's such a good movie.
That's a great movie, dude.
Shout out
Just the
Shia
boys
LaBeouf.
in a tank. The
Shout
boys in
out
a
Shia
tank.
LaBeouf. The Boys in the Tank. That would have been a better movie in name of that movie. Um, but
Great movie.
I think that the advantage and Chargers fans, if there are any of you here, don't get mad at this. I don't think the Chargers have a defense that scares me the way the Broncos defense and
Absolutely.
Jacksonville's defense scares me. Right?
Absolutely.
Like they have good defenses. And I think that that is a big part to play in it. But at the end of the day, I mean, the whoever wins this will be a fun playoffs because
Oh
someone
yeah.
not new but someone different of the last 5 years is going to win the Super Bowl. I just don't think the Eagles have it. I really don't. um
No, I
the
mean
Seahawks
they've
are
been too
really
spotty. This
fucking
is
they've been too spotty, but the Seahawks are a good football team. I don't really
Seahawks are
care. but
great.
sam but Sam Darnold doesn't scare me as a quarterback.
No, I completely agree with that. I got to see them, and obviously I'm a football analyst. I got to see I got to see the Seahawks play in real life when they dominated our our Carolina
Carolina
Panthers.
Panthers, yeah.
But those guys do look. I mean, their defense is crazy. I mean, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't pass the ball. It was sad to watch as a adopted Charlatan as they call us. But
Arletian, yeah.
the Seahawks.
Do you know what's funny is I would have guessed you guys would have been called Charlenites.
Charlonites.
Charlenites.
There's no N in Charlotte.
Yeah, but Knights, like when you do like Charlotte Knights,
No, it's ites. There's no. It's not
whatever.
knights. It's
Char-
ites.
Charla Ites,
Tights.
Charlites.
Okay, Charlites actually sounds sick.
That sounds pretty bad.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with it. Change. Starting a petition to change it right now.
Like I don't even know what people in are they called. What are Denverists? Denverites?
Denverians.
Denverians? Denverins?
I don't know. I don't know what you guys are called.
You know what? That's how much I care.
That's how much. Yeah, I
Yeah, that's how
like
much I care.
Bostonians.
Bostonians, New Yorkers, right? It kind of just flows off
Ers.
the tongue. Yeah.
Denverers.
Denverers. It might be Denverers. Oh,
Denverers
that'd
would
be
be
so
very funny.
lame. That'd be so lame.
What if
But
it was like the
speaking of that, you want to know the kicker, or dog? Oh my God, you're gonna be there. If all goes to plan, the Denver Broncos will play the New England Patriots on January 25th in Denver for the
ooh
AFC title.
ooh?
And we're going.
We're going to the game,
If it happens, we're
dude.
there.
Travis,
We're
that would be
there that
so.
weekend.
That would be
We're
so
going.
crazy, but it wouldn't be that crazy.
We're going. Dog, I
We
will
got. We
pay
got to
for it.
go.
I will pay for it. I'm going. It doesn't matter. I'm going. And I just realized in this moment that you will be there that weekend too. And you're
That's
the
cr-
only other
that's
person that would
crazy.
want to go to that
That's
game.
crazy.
So,
We
like,
have to.
somewhat, I kind of want it to happen so that I can go because I've never seen the Patriots play a playoff game.
Drake better win this game, dude.
Dude, holy crap. But
That's awesome. All right, so you
I,
heard it here
if you,
first.
if you heard it for her first. If the Patriots play the Denver Broncos in the AFC title game, we will be going. Sprague Sports will be live for Slabs on Sunday with comedian Dave Ordog, Mile High Stadium at Power Field, January 25th. We're fucking there.
Is that Sunday? That's a Sunday night.
That's a Sunday night,
Oh
baby.
my gosh, Trav. That's too exciting. That's too exciting. I'm going out to Denver.
How stars perfectly aligning to that get?
We got and how many is that if they win the wild card, we're there, or do we need to win two games to get there?
Two
We got to
games.
win the wild card and then beat whoever our next opponent is.
Beat the next opponent. Yeah.
You know what? I'll be the first to say that is risky. That's risky business.
But it's not improbable.
Because the Broncos are going to beat. I mean, it is the likeliest scenario, but it's still like a 42% scenario.
I do not, my dad said this and I somewhat agree. I think that, and Denver Bronco fans will get mad at me at this, but I don't really give a shit. Of all of the really good teams in the NFL, I think that the Denver Broncos are, I don't want to say fraud because that's not the right word to describe them, but like they're not a dominant football team, right? Most of, I think like 85% of their wins this year have come by one possession.
Wow. Which fueled the Kansas City Chiefs for so long, right? That was their MO, was like winning a
That,
game by one
but but I also
touchdown.
feel like like just like as Josh Allen pops on the TV right now, just like the Bills, right? They have the Bills, although they have not won the Super Bowl, they have playoff pedigree and playoff experience,
Sure.
right? And not like the Pats do, right? Like not like this New England Patriots team has any playoff experience, but I think that the game turns different in the playoffs. And if the Broncos if the Broncos play the Jags, I think the Broncos beat the Jags. If the Broncos play the Bills, I don't know if the Broncos beat the Bills.
Okay. That's fair.
I that's how I feel. But if you look at it, and this is something that is undeniable. The 2024 quarterback draft class is fucking insane.
Mm,
Insane.
the guy's coming out of
Jaden
college.
Daniels, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Wilson, Drake May, Bo Nix, all
Wow.
four top five picks in the NFL draft. And all four of them are maybe not legit. Like they may not be quote unquote franchise top quarterbacks of all time,
But hey,
but they are good quarterbacks in current good systems that fit those quarterbacks, and they have shown over the last 2 years that they were drafted where they were drafted for the right reasons.
that's a
I
great point.
still think I still think that the New England Patriots, even at the third pick, like I saw this the other day, and I laughed. This guy was like, analysts don't know anything. How could Drake May slipping to whatever it is? And I'm like, he was drafted third overall. Like, what are you talking about? It's not like he was drafted in the fourth, fifth round, and like every team passed on him twice,
Tom
right?
Brady,
Like,
sixth round.
pick 199, baby.
Which, like,
Um,
you can always point to that and just be like, well, they got the best of all time, round six. Like, the guy only played because someone else got injured. It makes you well. The first thing I
Hold
wanted to
on,
say
I
was
can't
just
read. Can you? Sean Payton is having some comments. Do we?
yeah. He said Bo Nix is lit. I have a kaboom of him as well. And then he just said true to whatever you were saying about Bo Nix. And then he said he said 2024 QB rookies will live on throughout football. I think that's true. And I also think
I think that
these guys could
agreed.
be these guys could
Agreed.
just be a couple years from their breakout seasons. Like obviously they've all had good seasons. I'm saying from the greatness that we're seeing from Drake May, I think any of them are capable with the right coaching. Now that's where I
Did
want
you
to.
watch the game? Were you able to watch the game today?
Yeah, I was able to
You
watch.
did. You did. Did you hear Greg Olson had just the funniest freaking quote of all
I wasn't
time?
listening, so no. What did Go say?
I giggled quite hard at
What Big G
it.
say?
Big G, they were talking about Drake May and Drake May likely being the MVP this year.
Right?
And they talked about how Tom Brady didn't win his first MVP until his eighth season in the
Wow,
NFL. And
wow.
Greg Olson just goes, "Yeah, Tom Brady, that guy's such a slacker."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great.
I laughed. I thought it was so funny. I was
He
like,
didn't win
"Yeah,
the MVP
until his eighth year, man."
until '08 when he went crazy.
Yeah,
'08 was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That was him and Moss in the
That was him
prime.
and Moss
Oh,
going hard in the paint,
oh,
dude.
the
Going
Moss days.
absolutely. Oh, Randy.
Dude,
Also, before we continue, shout out to Randy Moss. He's been going through some chemotherapy and stuff, and he's been sick for the last year. So, just I know you're not watching this, Randy, but we're thinking
Randy,
about you. We're
feel
hoping you're
better,
getting better.
brother.
You're one of the best of all time to do it, and we hope you're okay, my friend.
And dude, I don't know if I just have this like rose-colored glasses about Boston sports players, but like
It's okay.
isn't
That's okay.
isn't he isn't he like one of the greatest of all time to also be one of the great people? Like isn't he just awesome all around? Kind of like David Ortiz, like they're like
Yes and
senators.
no. Randy Moss had some.
While he played, I mean,
He Randy Moss was for a long period of time thought of as kind of a bad apple that was really good at football. And I think that being in New England for when he did and
turned it
doing
around.
that really changed his perspective with a
Dude,
lot of
when he
people
got to
and
New
and,
England, they
and
were
that.
like that they pulled him, I want to say like that he was on practice squad or he was just sitting on a bench when he got traded to the Pats for being, he was benched for being problematic or whatever. But I think
Was he on
that's
the Raiders? I'm trying to think where he came from.
that sounds
Did he
right.
come from the Raiders?
That sounds right. Um
Ooh,
and
first little hit. Nick Pavetta of 299.
ooh, all right. Don't hate to see numbers this early.
Don't hate to see. I these turned around cards are really fucking with me. Power plays Kyle Tucker though.
All right, power play boy.
I love a
Um,
little power play boy.
but yeah, no, I think the last thing I'll just say is like I think it means a lot that somebody turns things around. Like if you have um a middle career or if you had high promise and then you fizzle out to come back and do something great. I mean, like the Randy Moss got involved in the Pats in a way that was Hall of Fame. And I think he became, I don't know, maybe he did some internal um taking of stock and figured things out. Seems like he did.
Oh, auto rookie Kobe Mayo of
Let's
199.
go.
Love that.
Huge hit, dude.
Love
Huge
that.
hit.
Love that. But you know what? And this is kind of why I really, really like him. And it's not like the same, right? But I somewhat equate it to Baker Mayfield, right? Like when Baker Mayfield was drafted and came out of Oklahoma, he had such a stigma around him that like he wasn't a locker room guy. It was all about himself. It was all this, blah, blah, blah. And people kind of equated him to Johnny Manziel 2.0, right?
Right. Right.
And, I think that Baker really proved people wrong, right? He really proved people wrong in what type of person he was, what type of
Right.
teammate he was, what type of football player he was, right? And I like those type of stories,
Yeah.
right? I like those redemption stories and guys that aren't really given the credence that they deserve based off of whatever the factors may be for that credence. And I really like Baker Mayfield. I mean, I think he's first of all, he's fucking hilarious, dude. He's so funny. Like his interviews and stuff are just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I really, really like Baker Mayfield. And that's again, as I said earlier in the stream, that's why I really wanted him to, them to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. And going back a little bit, Trev. Yeah, or just to look at all of it. I think one of the interesting things is like how teams interact, how different players like have a different impact depending on where they are, where they're placed, how they're motivated. I think that's one of the things that makes me so excited, or one of the things that at least comes into factor when you talk about Vrabel coaching this team up the way he has. Like he has turned players that would otherwise look like the Jets play like the Patriots of 2008.
Hold on. I have an eBay draft right now that
Well, while you go do that, Travis, I'm just going to say, I think Vrabel, like, I don't know how this will go down. I don't know if the Pats get one and done in the playoffs and get bounced in the first round, but Vrabel has done such an amazing job, and
we're
I
good.
would love
Sorry,
to know.
Rockies Fest card. Needed to get the Rockies Fest card ready to go.
Got you, got you.
No,
Um,
but I hear what you're saying about Vrabel. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, he's just this guy that seems to have all of those traits and the New England history and also the like just the football knowledge. He and whatever the personality is that says, "All right, guys, like we're all getting way better at this as we go along. Like let's let's focus on doing what needs to be done." Uh, I mean the defense. I don't know if he's really that responsible, but the defense has also just been crazy. But yeah,
No,
anyway, I just wanted to say nice things about Vrabel.
he is definitely somewhat responsible because of his defensive pedigree, right? Like
Yeah,
he's a defensive player, defensive coach. I think that Josh McDaniels basically has the reins and does whatever the fuck he wants for that offense. But if you're first of all, the New England Patriots have the most cap space of any team in the NFL
that's
going into the next offseason.
scary
And
for
if
other
you're
teams.
and if you're a free agent, why would you not want to come play for Mike Vrabel? Why wouldn't you not want to come play for him? He's a fun coach. He's a good coach. It's hard to say that the Patriots are a super historic team, right? Because their dominance is really in the last 25 years as opposed to the history of the NFL,
Sure.
right? But like they are a pedigree team, right? They are a championship team. And as Devin McCourty said, we don't count we only count Super Bowls in New England, right? That's what we count. We don't count AFC championship games. We don't count division titles. We count championships.
I know it's
And,
way harder to find those banners in the stadium.
yeah, way harder. But I mean, I think that there is, it is somewhat funny, right? Like for the vast majority of our lives, like people forget that for the first 10 years of our existence on the planet, our sports teams were a fucking joke.
Oh my god, dude!
Joke.
I
Joke.
I
I mean,
talk
the
about
Patriots made the Super Bowl in '97 and lost, but like outside that, a joke. They were all jokes.
Travis.
And
I talk about this like my grandfather. He obviously lives through some great Celtics years. I mean, there's all the Bill Russell
Bill
championships.
Russell, yeah, 11 championships, right?
Dominant guy. Um, but my grandfather was a baseball fan and lived his entire 80-year life without seeing
Never
the.
saw them win.
He saw
Yeah.
them flub, and I mean,
Ooh, ooh,
we got a
ooh,
noise alert.
this is a sick fucking card, bro.
All right, let's see
Brent
this,
Rooker All Star Game of 50.
dude. That is
Ooh,
a
I
nice
like
one,
that. That gold is fucking fresh, brother.
and I'm
Ooh,
sure
we got some.
deceptive. Was that part of the
Do
reaction?
y'all
Was thinking
like
it
the
was a.
Ravens? Do y'all like the Ravens? Yes, I like the Ravens tonight. I like the Ravens tonight. I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers without DK Metcalf are basically, a dimension short of being a winning football team. And I think the Ravens are going to win tonight. I forget what your name is, guy who commented, but that's my thoughts on the
That's
Baltimore Ravens.
Tegan. Thank you for commenting, Tegan. And Sean is also watching right now. So thank
I
you,
have,
Sean.
I have. If you guys see me looking over this way, it's because I'm watching the football game, and if you don't know, the score is 10-3 right now to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, and I think the Pittsburgh Steelers have been a picture of inconsistency. I mean, they show up in some ways just been amazing, and in other ways, I mean, it just seems game to game for them.
Yeah, and you know what, Ordog, I also think about that is, it exposes the credence of your team when one player goes down. Let's take quarterbacks out of that conversation, right? But
Sure.
when one player goes down and your team has severe problems, right? And I think that having seeing and knowing that DK is not playing this game really makes that hard. And there were a couple plays last week, if you guys watched the Steelers game, where they're on the 5 yard line and it's an easy touchdown if they throw a slant to DK Metcalf, but when you
Right.
don't have DK Metcalf, you can't throw that slant, and whoever their other wide receivers are can't really replicate his skill set. But like, if you think about, look at the New England Patriots, man. I mean, they've had a pretty, regardless of anything, they've had a pretty injured riddled season. I
Sure.
mean, they've had a bunch of big injuries. They've had a bunch of big players going down. Last week they basically only had their two running backs and Stephon Diggs and beat the absolute shit out of the Jets. Beat
Yeah.
the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And I think that a good benchmark of how good a team is if players go down, as the Patriots motto is, well, who's the
Next
next
man
man
up.
up? And how does that next man kind of respond? And it also is a lot to do with coaching. I mean, the offensive line of the Patriots last season was one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL, and now they're one of the best. And basically, the only difference is Will Campbell, right?
Right.
Like, and Will Campbell has not played the last 5 games. Is it 5 games that he didn't play, that he was out?
Is that right?
Um, it was not a few games. It was definitely a decent amount of games. But it's an indicator kind of how good your team is. you coming through adversity. Or dog, we may have. Oh no, we have 5 packs left. Okay. I was like, we may have only 2 autos in this one too. I thought we only had 3 packs left, and I was gonna be like, not again. Just not
You
again.
got
But
lost thinking about those Patriots.
I got lost in the sauce, as they say.
Well, and dude, I think the other thing that's interesting to me is like I hear people talking about the season being bad football or like the new era of football isn't football or whatever. And it's like, tell me you're not excited watching every single one of these games. I think there's ref issues.
100%, dude.
I think there's ref issues, which is like I can't think of a time we
Oh, dude,
haven't
we're getting lower. We're getting lowers in our
99.
autographs. No, it only went one lower, so
Wait,
150. But Ryan Jeffers
you
of
also
150
oh, that's sick. You also did pull another 50
did pull an 50. That's true. I was talking more specifically of the autos we're
autos.
getting.
That's
I
fair.
like having two of the autos being numbered. That makes me feel pretty good about myself.
These are two numbered autos and a numbered card.
And three and
Two
two other numbered
two numbered
cards. Two
cards.
other
Excuse me.
two
Right, because
other
you got the
numbered cards.
two. Was it
This may
199?
be yeah, the 199. This may be the best update box that we've had actually so far.
These are some beautiful cards.
These are some beautiful cards. I'm not upset about it. And don't worry, guys, we still got the best is yet to come over here. The best is yet to come. I am buying a
Woo!
gilded gold, by the way, for when we're in person. I'm buying gilded gold. That's what we're
Dude,
gonna do.
we might
We're
have
doing
the
it.
trip of a lifetime coming up.
Bro, bro, bro. Fingers
Fingers
crossed.
crossed, dude. Fingers
I,
crossed.
I like because for me it's kind of a win-win scenario for both of us, right? Like if the Patriots keep going through, knock on wood, and they make their way, like either the Patriots have the game at home or they're playing in Denver, right? So like either way, it's not the worst. I'd like them to be in Denver. It would be so good. Oh my god, I would rub it in Denver's fans' face so fucking hard, bro. Just so hard. Oh my god,
I'd be like
because
moving a seat over.
the number of people that are like, "Oh, you moved to Denver. You're a Broncos fan now," and I'm like, "No, that's not how this works. I
Is
don't
there a
just
group of people that change?
move."
Do people change fandoms when they move places? Like, what
Dude,
percentage of people do
the
that?
number of people that are like, "Oh, I've moved and it's my adopted team." And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I somewhat understand it because of my Rockies connections and doing that, but
Yeah.
like
Team 2,
I
though.
but I go to 45 Rockies games a year. It's hard to go to that many games of a team and not. I don't want them to win the World Series at the expense of the Red Sox or knock on wood the Mets, but like I don't want them to suck.
Of
Like I don't want to
course.
go to baseball games and have that team suck.
Yeah.
But
Love to see them succeed. Don't want to
love to
see
see
them
them
beat my
succeed.
team.
Wow, we got another numbered card, dude. Jose Trevino of 150. Bro, we're actually kind of cooking.
We got two from Sean. He says, I'm buying Topps basketball right now, but I need to get my Chrome basketball retail before it's too late. Yeah. Those boxes
Yeah,
are they just get more
those are hot.
expensive.
I
They
will
just get more
I
expensive.
they just get more expensive. I'm sorry to say you will unless I get it for free, you will never see a basketball box be opened on this stream. You may see football, you have seen hockey, you will always see baseball, but this is not a basketball podcast. And if you
We
asked us a basketball question, we will not know the answer to it because we are. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're dumb when it comes to basketball. We're really
dumb.
dumb.
We did once
Dumb.
open
Super dumb.
my uncle gave me a box of NBA 80.
Yep.
Was it
That
94? It
happened.
was 94. We did open that.
Pulled a bunch of Jordans out of
We
that.
pulled a bunch of Jordans. Yeah, but
We pulled a bunch of Jordans out of that.
it was sad because I think my uncle was hoping for a bigger return, and I was like, I think if these cards got tens, they just pumped the whole thing with Jordan so hard that there's too high of a quantity of cards to make it special. Anything you
Special.
pull is not that valuable. I mean, like a PSA 10 Jordan from that set is like $300. So it's just
That's still not. That's not cheap though.
that's not nothing. But
That's not
what do I
nothing.
do? Do I send those in, get them graded? They were like sticky when we pulled them out. They were like a
Oh
little
yeah, that's
bit,
true. I remember
tiny bit
that. I
wet.
remember they're all like kind of stuck together.
So
Um,
he also said when the
they're all kind of
Rockies play
stuck
the
together.
Dodgers, you should go. Travis, you ever see the Dodgers play the Rockies?
Never. I've never seen the Dodgers play the Rockies. I don't go
Oh,
there almost every game to watch my favorite baseball player of the last 15 years. Never happened. Um, I hate Mookie Betts. He sucks.
he said so painfully and so lying to himself.
Well, it was more dripping in sarcasm because Mookie. I love Mookie Betts. God, do I
Love
love
him.
Mookie Betts.
Love Mookie.
Oh, all right. All right. We didn't get skunked.
All right, here we go.
We didn't get skunked. It's not the best card, but we didn't get skunked. Chase Petty, pitcher, rookie, unnumbered. But you know what?
Okay.
We're not really upset about that, people. We're really not upset about that.
Does it
Those were
have
the
his
three
numbers on the?
autos.
No, that's his like debut card. It's not going to have stats on it. He
No, no, no. It's not. It is no. Is it his? No, it's not his debut card. It does have his stats on it. What do you want to know?
wins and losses, ERA, WHIP.
In 2024, so last season, this is not in the majors though. So he played. This is for Chattanooga and Louisville.
Nah,
He was
don't tell me that. I don't care. The I was going to say I think he did have a decent debut. I think he did all right. His name is hitting somewhere in the back
familiar.
of my brain.
So that's not super hot. 11-5, 137 innings pitched, 124 hits, 70 runs, 64 earned runs,
Ooh,
59 walks, 130 strikeouts, 1.34 whip, and then here's the bad one, 4.2 ERA. So
ooh.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
he
that
had
was
something they wanted to build on, so we'll
yeah, I
see.
mean,
Keep an eye out.
or he's a Cincinnati Red and they kind of need him. I mean,
All right,
like no
so
offense,
going
but the
going back to
Rockies,
the
ooh,
Jets, Travis. This is one of like the most interesting things to me is like you think about how exclusive the NFL is, where if you play football in America, your chances of going to the NFL are less than becoming the CEO of a company, right? Like there's
no. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, I'm the CEO of a company. It doesn't really take that much.
all right, but don't knock yourself either. I think all right, so there's other ways to measure it, but like the Jets to have these players that are the top caliber, obviously these aren't
They
the
get
greatest
top
players.
draft picks every year. Every year. Every year. Every year they're getting a top 10 pick. Every year.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying, right? They get their team is made up of a bunch of top 10 picks and players that aren't obviously, but
And
like
frankly, Brees Hall is a fucking world class running back. He is. I don't really care what anybody says. He's a world class running back.
that really proves that it's the personnel, it's the way that the team is brought together, the way that they're motivated, the way that they're taught, given.
Is it the personnel or is it the fact that like you go to the Jets and you just become morally defeated immediately? Like
But
there's just no hope
yeah,
in life.
culture. I mean, that's definitely, why people believed that Alabama had a chance at the game last week. It's just like a
And then they
history
got
of how you view
beat
something.
the shit out of. I actually love that. Like also, did you know? I did not know this until this week. Indiana's football coach was Elon's football coach.
Elon's 1 year. Elon's football head coach.
And he turned Elon from a shit organization into like a good team.
Guys, crazy.
Just saying. Hold on, I gotta go refill this
Elon
whiskey because
Elon is such an interesting like school. There's these connections that you just wouldn't expect. A lot of greats have spent 1 year at Elon.
okay, I have one. I got the Gordog. Who is the greatest one hit wonder at Elon? I have my answer.
It's Shane Gillis.
It's Shane Gillis. It's got to be
It
Shane Gillis,
it
right?
has to be Shane Gillis.
It can't. There's no other answer to it. It has to be Shane Gillis. Like the
For a
fact. Also, do we know like was Shane Gillis at Elon when we were at Elon, and we
No,
just
I think
like
he's 5 years ahead of us. So he did it 5 years before. No, because he was only there for the year anyway. So he was there like 5 years before we were, and then moved on.
so my sister would have been at Elon with him theoretically.
She wasn't there yet, was she?
Well, my sister was a senior when we were a freshman,
Yeah, I think
and
he would have been
Shane
a.
Gillis spent his freshman year at Air Force or at Army or whatever it
Oh,
was.
that's a good call, dude. That's a
He
good call.
transferred to Elon.
Yeah, I think you got it then. I think you got it. They would have been there together. She might have seen
They
Big
would have been.
Shane walking around campus.
She might have seen Big Shane walking around there. I wonder if he was as funny.
I bet. Yeah, dude. I bet he
Probably.
was hilarious. He probably wasn't this funny because like people grow and get fun. Like,
Yeah, people get funnier. Like as I've been told by my family multiple times, I've definitely gotten funnier with age.
y-
Which I don't know if it's a diss or a
no, it's not a
compliment,
diss.
but I've been told by my family that I have gotten funnier with age. I don't know if I believe it, but like I definitely have gained less of a filter.
Yeah, yeah. I think the filters moved around way differently than it used to be when I was young. When I was a kid, I just like wouldn't swear in front of my parents, and now I'm like
I don't care.
I'm sparing with it, and then
My mom still
can
will
hit
be
pretty
like,
hard.
Travis, when I curse. And I'm like, Mom, I'm 34 years old. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Like, I
Yeah,
don't really
but
care.
I think your mom is always going to be your mom. That's just how it goes.
My mom is
Uh,
always going to be my mom. That is factually true. Oh, by the
yeah,
way, we have moved on to the cosmic.
cosmic
Rome.
chrome.
I'd love a super or an auto or something.
Mm.
That would be, oh, Mookie. We love Mookie
Oh, I
Betts.
was
We
going to
love
say,
Mookie
hopefully we
Betts.
see Mookie.
Hopefully when we got Mookie, we saw him. We saw him immediately.
Saw him
Um,
immediately.
I have like glitter coming off my hands right now. On my hands right now. This is definitely from the pack. Um, yeah,
Glitter. From,
I got like
from
glitter on my hands.
interesting. I wonder what cards have glitter on them.
I think it's just like the residue because these are all chrome, right? So like the residue of the chrome is like glittery.
Gotcha. What? I don't know how these things are packed. Are these hand packed into a box, or does a machine push them all into a box?
Poor dog.
What?
Your guess is as good as mine, man.
All right.
There's
I
no
guess
way they're hand packed, right?
I was gonna say I would imagine a machine does everything until they get put into a box.
Yeah, no, I bet you you're right at that. I think that this is a 100% automated system.
I'd be interested to know because the other option is that somebody hand packed it and they had glitter on their hands and they were like, "Damn, I cannot get this off before my shift. I just got to do it. I just got to get in there.
I, I I don't know what to do, man. I
Glitter
got
hands be
glitter
damned.
everywhere. I got glitter everywhere. Oh, that's
It's an
pretty
option.
funny. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, it's a possibility. I will grant you that. It's definitely a possibility. I mean, like,
Rep.
also, what's wrong with a little glitter? There's nothing wrong with a little glitter.
Oh, look who's here with us. Infield. If it isn't old, infield
If it
hits.
isn't the old infield hits in here right now, uh-oh.
He said
Hide your
six
kids,
shirt or dog.
hide your kids, hide your wife. Is that a Grateful Dead shirt, Ordo?
No, no, no. It's a disc golf production company, Jomez
Oh,
Pro
oh.
and
Ryan is a big
Discer.
he's a discer. He is a
Yeah.
discer.
I
Ryan is
played
definitely a
today.
discer.
I was wearing this when I played, and it also has the same color scheme as this painting up here. So they're just kind of they're friends with each other. It's a matching
It
energy.
matches. It's a little bit of matching energy, and everybody loves a little matching energy.
And you know what? While we're at it,
A little 199 Fernando Tatis Jr.
dude, Tatis has come through so much this year.
Oh, well, no one's come through this year, Ordog. Uh, a little Shohei Otani. You see what I did there? You see what I did there? Is that
It's a
was
new
that too
year.
much of a dad joke? Did that go over a little
No,
much?
no, no. It was perfect. It was perfect.
It was perfect.
I would never
Um,
crap. I would never crap on you for a dad joke, Travis. That's your thing.
I have some good ones. I have some good jokes, good dad jokes, and I also have good lifty jokes. I have really good lifty jokes.
Lifty.
Yeah, it's a joke you tell to the guys operating the chairlift on the mountain. So it's like a really quick little joke.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Um, it's a really quick little joke. And I have one like go-to joke, which is not, oh, 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 baby. Love this, dude. Uh, Galactic imprint card. This is the short prints for Cosmic Chrome. I don't know if it's in focus or not. Looks a little weird. Uh Juan Soto. Oh, did I lose Ordog? Did we lose Ordog? Did we lose him? Is he here? Oh, we lost Ordog. Oh no, he's gone. He's definitely gone. We're all paused. We're all waiting. Ordog's gone. Ordog's gone. That's a pretty sweet card. I've seen a bunch of these out there, and they are pretty fresh. I'm not upset about that card. That's a really good pull. Hopefully, we can get Ordog to come back here. I'm not sure if he will. We'll see. He may text me. Let's see if we can. Can we get lost Ordog? I know. I saw Ryan. Don't know. We may have to finish this without Ordog. I don't know if he's going to come back. We'll see. I think he can request come in, but we're going to keep going regardless because we have to. You know, the show, as they say, the show goes on. Um, but I wonder if I can invite him back. If there's a way to do that, that would be interesting. Is there a way to do that? I don't think there's a way to do that. What does this button do? Remove guest. They'll be removed immediately. Oh, then I can add guest. Here we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right, we got it. Ordog will be back in a minute, and we're gonna have a good one. Um, but yeah, we're doing a little Cosmic Chrome right now. This is my favorite set of the year. While we wait for Ordog to come and hopefully rejoin us in a second. Ooh, Corey Seager. That's a nice little card. Um, But yeah, the Juan Soto card, that is a pretty sweet one. Oh, he's back. Sweet.
I
Um,
did it. Thank you, Travis.
did you see the Juan Soto Galactic card that I sent you?
No, I didn't.
That
Show
I
me
showed?
JS.
Here's the Juan Soto
Ooh,
Galactic card, which is
I love it.
pretty freaking that's
Swag it.
a pricey insert that we got going on there.
He's a
And
good guy.
I totally forgot what we were talking about right before that, Ordogs.
We were talking about disc golf and matching
I knew that
energy.
I love matching energies. I love
And
matching
then
energies.
now we talked about something else for a half a second. Oh, lifties. We were talking about lifties.
Oh, lifties and lifty jokes. Yes. Because this I have put that this is not made for kids. I will tell you my lifty joke if you want to hear it.
I'd love to.
Do you know why Barbie can't get pregnant, or dog?
Why?
Because Ken comes in a different box.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then
See,
we're on the
it's
lift.
and then you're on the lift, right? Like
Yeah.
you basically say it when you're standing waiting for the lift to pick up, and then like you time it so that when they ask what, and the chairlift then picks you up to go up, you're like, because Ken comes in a different box, and then you're gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's a good one. It's a good one. I really
You,
like that one. That's a favorite of mine.
you know what would be great? You go up once. You tell the punchline as you sit down, and he doesn't know. You never tell him the punchline.
Yeah, you just get like swept away.
Yeah, but then you
You
come
just get
back. You come back. He's been thinking about it for like 11 minutes, and then you get
yeah,
back in line.
when you get back in line
You
and then you wait and then he's like, "Well, what's the punchline?" And then you get dragged away and then you're like, "Dun, dun, 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 dun."
yeah. And then you don't tell him again.
And then he's sitting there like, "What the fuck, man? This guy is just absolutely screwing with my head."
That would be so funny, dude.
So fun.
Oh,
Um, so we talked about it earlier, but Ordog is going to be at Rockies Fest, which we as a group have not had great news about, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. It's
true.
still going to be fun.
It'll be
Uh,
good.
but so when we do that, there is going to be a combination of me, Ordog, and the infield hits are all going to be together, and
Infield hits,
we're
aka card linker.
Linker, aka Ryan. And we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna make some good. I think that I'm gonna have a microphone with us while we're walking around Rockies Fest, and we'll probably do a couple vids or something like that for it. But we're gonna have some fun, people. We are gonna have fun no matter what. And I'm really stoked for it. I'm like really, really stoked for it.
I'm gonna bring my camera as well so we can get some fun footage of what we're doing out there. It'll be a good time. It'll be good times will be
And
had by all.
hopefully, fingers crossed, AFC Championship game.
Fingers
Um,
crossed.
fingers crossed, AFC Championship game, which will be just the swaggiest of swaggy. Ooh, nice little star clusters. PCA and Kyle Tucker.
Oh, love
Ooh,
Pete
that's
Crow. Pete
everybody loves a
Crow
PCA.
Armstrong.
Everybody loves a PCA. Um, driving down the PCA, man.
Trev,
Um,
I should come clean about something. I did play disc golf today, and on the course, I was talking with my buddy I was playing with, Tyler, who is the guy we talked. He has a Ellie of 10 Immaculate series. We were talking about that a while back. It's like the
yep,
one with the
yep, yep,
gold
yep.
frame border. They're insane, insane cards. I think he has a bookend. It's like 10 of 10. Um, but he was a pitcher in high school, and he was asking me, he's like, "Hey, I found old man's um an old man's baseball league. Would you want to play?" And I was like, honestly, bro, I am so bad at baseball. There's not a chance I would even. There's no reason for me to show up there. I can't do it.
I want to play in a men's league like baseball or softball in Denver so badly. So that for no other reason, I just want to stand on the mound and throw a slider and a knuckleball again because
Throwing.
um, boy, I love it. Like I love having a catch. Like I just love out there having catches and throwing these nasty stuff. I don't know if you saw this, but I posted it on my story. I think it was like last week or the week before, and Tarek Skubal was having a catch, and he threw his kick change, and in a catch, like not like he was just having a catch, and he threw his kick change, and I watched this thing, and I was like, that's just like not a fair way to play baseball.
Oh
Like the
my
fact
god.
that this pitch can do what it does is quite insane. Like insane. Like
Yeah.
I love when I have a catch and I throw a ball and I can like see it do what it did and I'm like, fuck yeah, I still got it. And these guys, that's just what they do. Like
The
that's just
movement.
like
Do you remember playing Mario Tennis on the N64?
yes, I do. Of course I do.
Do
Oh,
Have
when
you
you
ever
hit it
played Boo,
perfectly.
the little the little ghost? He's like tricky category, and so like all of his have spin, I guess, sides. I don't even know what kind of spin it would be, but the point is that the ball curves.
This is somewhat sad, but we got the pearl insert of former Rocky. Aaron Shunk, friend of the pod, Aaron Shunk.
Very nice.
Um, friend of the pod, Aaron Shunk was pretty. But Orlog, speaking of that, guess what I just bought?
A Switch 2.
I got a Switch too, bro. I
Let's
got a
go.
Switch too. It gets here on Tuesday, and I am absolutely jazzed. Because,
When
like,
was the last time you owned a Nintendo console? Bought a new one.
I personally never purchased a Nintendo system.
That's cr-
I have personally purchased a PlayStation system. I personally purchased an Xbox system. I have not personally bought a Nintendo system ever. I
wow.
had a Nintendo. I had a GameCube, or not? Was it GameCube? No. What was the blue? Yeah, the blue one or the purple one?
That's what it's called. I mean, it
Yeah,
was
it
a
was the
cube.
GameCube. Yeah, it was the
It was a
GameCube,
cube,
right?
Travis. That's a good way of figuring out if
Yeah,
that's the
it
one.
was the GameCube. I don't know. I for some reason I thought that that was the Sega one. Remember the Sega one that came
Yeah.
out that like
I remember a
sucked?
few. Dreamcast was the
Um,
big one. My buddy had a Genesis,
Dreamcast
which was
was
freaking
yeah,
sick.
Dreamcast was the big one. But no, I did have a GameCube, and obviously I still have my N64. Um, but
Wait, when did
I
you get an N64?
when I was a child.
Okay, so you okay, got it. Because when you
Yeah,
were
I
saying
still
I've
have
never,
that. I still have the Nintendo system from when I was a child.
and as I was saying it, Linker's message popped up. Don't you have an N64? A childhood N64,
I have a childhood N64. But yes, Ryan,
and you had a
he knows me
GameCube.
well. And I had a GameCube. But here's my thing. I like playing video games. But the thing, like, I used to love playing Call of Duty. I used to love playing. I never really played Fortnite, but like Call of Duty and FIFA, I fucking rocked them, right?
Yeah.
But I ended up hating them because it got me like stressed. Like I got stressed from playing those systems, and I
Mm,
Nintendo does not really have systems that are like or games that
competitive.
are like sweaty people games, right?
Yeah.
And so I now get to go play, those games with my friends, and it's not sweaty because we're just having fun together. But I'm also, dude, being able to play like Pokemon, Zelda, all the Mario games, like, and I just get to sit on my couch with this thing in front of me playing it. Yes, like
When was the last
yes.
time you played like a new Pokemon game?
That's a good question. The last time I played a new Pokemon game, 20 years ago,
Wow.
at least 20 years ago. Like I had, so I did had blue, I had red, I had yellow, I had sapphire, I had
Great
ruby,
Emerald.
I had those, and then I had like remember gold and silver
Yeah,
were
those are
like
yep.
I played the first three generations of Pokemon games. And then I never purchased another Pokemon game after that.
They were all
But
on the
during
DS. We didn't have those.
COVID, I bought a Game Boy Color and a Game Boy Advanced, and I bought those games back. And
Did you
so
get
I
an
now
SP? Did
still
you get a Game Boy
have
Advance SP?
don't know. No, 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 no. I got no. Maybe it's not the game. No, no, no. It wasn't in advance. I don't even have not the one that flips. I have the one that was like uh vertical as opposed or horizontal as
That's
opposed to
a
vertical.
that's an
Is that
advance.
an advance? What was the one that was like the
That's the
first flip?
SP.
That was the SP. No, I
Game
did
Boy
not. I did not get
Advance. Game Boy Advance
SP.
SP with the
SP. No, I
backlight.
did not get an SP. I just
That
got a
Travis,
regular Game Boy Advance.
if you
I
love
should
the
get
Game
an
Boy
SP
Advance that
though.
much, the SP
I
would
should get an
change your
SP.
life.
Well, I still have them, and during COVID, I like beat them all again. And
Yeah.
obviously, I cheated, or not cheated, but I had the two Game Boys, right?
So
And I
you
had
traded.
all the games, and I bought a cord, so I could trade in between, and I could get
Yeah.
all the starters. Like I'm not kidding you. I use one as basically like aura forming, and I would like literally
Literally.
I'd go through the whole thing. I'd get to the first town, like Claret Town or whatever it was, so that you could get to the health center and trade. And then I'd start over and get the other Pokemon, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
how
yeah.
I kind
Trade it
of
back.
like trade it back and then start over, and like that's how I kind of did it.
That's not cheating. I think that's like I
Smart.
mean, I guess the sad part is they were like, hopefully people trade. Hopefully people go
Oh,
hang out with their
oh, oh,
friends.
friends in trade. Nope, not Travis.
Well, and that was like my problem with Pokemon
Zach
Go is like,
Bean base.
ooh, my problem with Pokemon
We've
Go.
gotten have we even gotten a numbered card? Yes, we got a Tatis. We got 3 packs left. We've only got one numbered card.
I
Um,
don't want to go hang out with people in real life to play video games. I want to play
did you
them
ever
from my
play
couch.
Pokemon Go? Did you ever
That's what
play
I'm saying. I
Pokemon
didn't
Go?
like Pokemon Go. I was like, I think I downloaded it, played it for a couple weeks, and I was like, I I want to sit here and play. I don't want to go anywhere
Well, that was like my it's funny. I was like texting
to play a video
a couple
game. I'm saying,
I was talking to like a couple of my buddies from Elon, like JP and a couple of the other boys, and they're all dads now, and they all have Switches. All of them. Every one of them has a Switch.
yep,
And I was like, why? And they're like, well, my kid gets to sit and watch television, gets to watch, you know, Paw Patrol or whatever it is, or Bluey, and I get to sit and play video games. And I was like, that's freaking genius. But I may, because they did a new update, I may also get a PlayStation Portable.
ooh,
They now have PlayStation Portable, but the before the update came out, PlayStation Portable, you had to have a PS5 to play it.
okay.
And now you don't need a PS5, you just need a PlayStation Plus subscription
What's
or
the
whatever it is.
what is it actually called? Is it called PlayStation Portable?
I do not know the Latin name for it,
Okay,
but
fair
that's what
enough.
I'm going with. That's what
I
I'm
know
going
I
with.
know that they had the PS Vita for a while, but I don't think that's even what they call this one. I think it's a new thing. I
No,
think
but
it's a new thing.
again, it's that's just I don't want to say that's smart, but like how that hasn't been a thing is kind of crazy to me, right? Like with modern tech, think about like the way we used to go. Because when I had my GameCube, had like a portable screen, so like you could attach a screen
Yeah, I
to
remember this.
the the GameCube and then like flip it up. And I used to play it in my car. Like when my
Yeah,
parents used to go, when we used
long
to do
trips.
road trips, and like sit in the back seat and uh, play that, which was like pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But I'm just like I'm super stoked. I don't care if it makes me look like a child. I'm super stoked about it. It's gonna be
No, they're
sick.
great. I've had the Switch. I mean, what, 9 years, however long the Switch was out. Um, Maybe a little bit less than that, 8 years, whatever it was. I went to freaking Target. I was watching like the drops online. I would see when Target got received like a shipment of them, and I went that morning and I went to Target and grabbed one and played the crap out of it. I mean, it's great. It's so great.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked. And I got the package one. So I got the one that comes with Mario Kart.
Nice,
So
nice.
I will have Mario Kart. So my plan is I have Mario Kart, I'm gonna get Mario Party, I'm gonna get the Mario individualist game, like the Mario 64 version of the now
Yeah,
thing. And then I'm gonna get Zelda, I'm gonna get Pokemon, and then I don't know then I'm gonna like search and see what else they have to offer. Um Not the hottest chrome, cosmic chrome, but it's still my favorite thing to rip. I'm gonna get another one for I may not get one for next week, but I'll get one for some point because I fucking love cosmic chrome. Like if you don't like cosmic chrome, you're a moron. Um, but Ordog,
Trav.
before we before we finish, should I go into our little tete-a-tete with a
Yeah,
multinational corporation?
let's talk about Goldeen. Pokemon reference.
Goldine, that was a really good one. That was Air 5 on that one. That was really fucking good. So if you've been following my page, you've seen my YouTube update about it. You've seen a couple of my posts on Instagram. War is not the right word, but I'm in a little bit of a tiff currently with Golden Auctions. Um, and the tiff is partially of my own doing, 100% undeniably of my own doing. But then it has turned into not my own doing. And I had a bunch of really nice items that I really wanted to offload, make the money for them. I had a good experience with Golden the first time I did it. And if you've seen the video, you know that I somewhat ignored a bunch of the glaring red flags that they had because my experience, not my experience was great, but the outcome was great, right?
Right,
And so I sent a bunch of my items in. I asked about a reserve. I asked about minimum bids. I asked about the auction that they were going to be put in, and I was essentially told, "You get a say in nothing. There are no reserves. There's no nothing. It's either take it or leave it." And I was like, "You know what? Okay." And when you submit to Golden, you submit a form that indicates the items that you have, and then you give your perceived value for those items. As you
okay,
all know, this is my full-time job, and in my full-time job, I did a lot of research indicating what I thought the value of these items were. And when I submitted to Golden, I basically submitted with the lowest value that I perceived these items to. So, um, if I think I could sell something for $5,000, I put that perceived value as 2,500, right?
right,
And so I went to Golden and 5 or 6 items. Let me count. One, two, three, five. I had 5 items. I sent in 6, but I had 5 items put in one auction, and every single one of those items flopped. Every one of them. Not a single one of the items, if I were to have been able to put a reserve on those items, none of those items would have hit that reserve.
right,
And, that's my mistake. That's my problem. No one else's issue other than mine. But again, when this is my full time job in my business, I can't lose out on $10,000 of break even, right?
right,
Like I can't lose out on all that. So I reached out to Golden basically immediately after the auction ended. Not basically, immediately after those items all sold. I reached out to the head of revenue, which is essentially their CFO, and their support line saying, "I'm really unpleased with the way this happened. You guys have one of my items left. Can you please send that item back to me?" And I didn't get a response. I didn't get a response from the CFO. I didn't get a response from the support line. I called them. I never heard anything back. So I then reached out before my item, my Brad Marchand jersey, was even posted. I reached out to them asking for the item back. Never heard back. And then the item was posted. And when the item was posted, I then screenshotted it and I CC'd all of them on one email. All of them I put on one email. Every realm
contact.
of contact. And people will say, "Well, why don't you call?" And I did call, but part of the reasons why, if you're a business owner, calling has a disadvantage is because it doesn't come with any paper trail. You don't get a paper trail of, okay, this happened at this point before this or after this or whatever, right? So when you send an email, you have the legitimate paper trail of when all this happens. So I end up hearing back from the CFO, and he essentially says tough shit. It was slightly nicer than that, but it was essentially tough shit. And I respond and I'm like, "Hey, that's not a really great response. based on all these factors, I feel like I've been slighted because you could have responded, and then even if you posted those items, we could have helped each other and had it be in a way that even if I took a loss, I'm more comfortable with the way that it's posted, right? And the response from the CFO that I got was horrendous. I
Mm,
mean, he one of the excuses as to why I did not get a response in a timely manner is because their Netflix show came out. And I was a little teed off on that because I'm like, your job is not a Netflix show.
right. I'm not hiring you
You're
for Netflix.
not hiring you for Netflix. I'm hiring you as an auction house. And you're not the head of communications or the head of operations or the head. Your job is the auction house. You are basically the head of the auction house. And uh, he responded to that and told me that he saw my YouTube video, he saw my Instagram pages, and he expressed his remorse, but said, "No, I'm not sending you your item back. How about we do a collaboration between our account, my account, and your account, and we could get a bigger exposure for your item?" And as you know, I'm an emotional person, but when it comes to business, I try to take emotion 100% out of it.
Sure.
And in my response, I simply provided facts, just simple, easy facts. And in those facts, I use that, Brad Marchand played in Four Nations games, and there are only two jerseys that were ever available to the public from those games. The jersey that I have is the best of those jerseys. It's the game that he scored in, and the game that they won the Four Nations in was never sold. It's not available, was never
Right.
available. That is Brad
Private
Marchand's jersey
collection.
for himself. That's his thing.
Right.
And they use the facts, which is that jersey was put up for auction by the NHL before the end of the Four Nations, before the end of the season. It was basically a year ago. It was 11 months ago. It was middle of February that it was put up in 2025, and the NHL put that up, and the NHL it was up for 2 weeks. It was a 2 week auction, and the starting bid for that jersey was $250, right? And that is, if you're familiar with Brad Marchand, that is before he won his second Stanley Cup, before he reached the milestone of 1,000 points, and then obviously before he was now announced to be on the Olympic team for the upcoming Olympics. And my auction, my item, against my will, was put into their lowest of low auctions, which is their weekly auction, with a starting bid of $10. And I simply pointed out that that is not, when you in your contract say that you will have experts review your items, evaluate your items, and put them in the proper place. Putting it in that place at that starting bid is not an indicator that when all you have to do is Google Brad Marchand game used jersey, and you can simply see that this is how the NHL handled it,
Right.
that you did not do that. And if you had put my item up in any of the auctions at the starting price that the NHL had put that item on, I would have no say in the matter, right? Because you would have done your due diligence. You would have basically replicated the exact same scenario that this was put in. And the response that I got was, we've had multiple items sold over $10,000 on our weekly auctions. That was literally the response. And I told him, and I have not heard back, but I essentially said, that's not I honestly said, I don't really care about that. I
Yeah, I mean,
don't believe
obviously,
that
they know
you're
that they put things in specific. They have specific options for. They have specific auctions for those reasons. They put it up where
for those
they
reasons.
decided to put it up. Like that's
And on top of that, and my dad made a comment of, I had made them look a little bad on social media. Um And the auction that the Brad Marchand jersey was put up in was the exact same auction in a different week that all the other items were put up in. And it doesn't make a lot of sense as to then why that item was held back to then be put in the same exact auction.
Right.
And my dad's point was you may have pissed them off and they may have did that to spite you, which is somewhat egocentric because I don't necessarily think that it's the case,
They're big
but
enough to, yeah,
it is a little bit of a well, why'd you hold it off if you were going to put it in the exact same thing, right?
right.
If you held it off, that would have been an indicator that you would have been putting it into a better auction that wasn't available at the time, right?
Yeah.
And I told, I'll tell Dave Ammerman, look him up. That's who I'm dealing with. I told him that I do not care about that. Like, I don't care how many how many items have been sold for $10,000. Because the report that I held back, because I don't want to put that out, which is an emotional response, was how many people's items were worth $10,000 that didn't sell for $10,000.
Oh,
You can tell me that.
oh,
You could tell me that 5 items sold for $10,000, but how many items in that auction are worth $10,000 and they then lost money off of it because
yeah.
it was not sold for that amount.
Right.
And I told him, I do not care. I don't care how much things were sold. I don't care if they were sold for $500,000. I don't care. I do not trust you as an organization. I do not think that you're an above board organization. I want my item back. And I then ended the email by saying, your your refusal to send me my item back is a clear indication of your company's priorities. And
Right.
the fact that you will not give me my item back after me requesting multiple times is another clear indication that you do not have the best interest of the sellers. Because regardless of anything, if the seller wants it back, that's it. And that's the seller's best interest. They believe that that's the best interest for them.
Right.
And so my item will not be sent back to me,
Right.
and it is still going to be in the auction. And I am very, very upset about
When
that.
does it close?
It closes on Wednesday night, Wednesday or Thursday night.
Okay.
Um, Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Um, but it has caused me to do two things. And the two things that it has caused me which is first, I now have no remorse in dragging Golden through the absolute mud. And the fact that me, Peon Sprague Sports, with 170 social media followers and like 80 followers on this YouTube page, has got the attention of their head of revenue. He's seen the videos. He knows what I've said in it. Is an indicator that their social media reputation is very important to them. And I will have no remorse in dragging their reputation through the mud because I don't want the same thing to happen to other people. Because I think that there are people who are less stubborn than me and don't have a
Platform.
level of pettiness to them that I have. And that has resulted, this is way early. There's no guarantees that this will happen. There's nothing, but I have talked to a couple people about it. I am thinking of starting my own auction house.
Ooh,
You heard it here first. First place that I'm putting this out into public. You may not hear again about it for a while until things get figured out. But I am thinking about starting my own auction house,
I love it.
and the start idea of that auction house will be simply baseball cards. There will not be anything else, and our entire premise will be putting the seller first, i.e., the seller will have their say in where it goes, how much it's put for. We will have our input, right? In saying maybe that's not right, maybe you should do more, maybe you should do less, whatever. But if the seller indicates that that's what they want and this is where it is, then that will be what the seller gets. And in the company that I'm perceiving, will be willing to take losses at the advantage of the seller. Because I do not believe that there is an auction house out there that truly has the seller's best interest at heart. And
Mm,
you and Cardlinker, who I don't know if he's still here, both within 10 minutes of each other, by the way, sent me the exact same Reddit post of a guy who bought a baseball card through Golden Auctions and the card sold for $12. And he ended up having to pay $55 for that card based off of, first of all, the buyer's premium was more money than the card was. The
right.
shipping and handling was more money than the card was. There were then three other fees instead, including a payment fee. So you had to pay them,
Yep.
which makes no sense to me.
No, I
And
mean,
I think that the hobby deserves a better than you to sell things. Better than eBay, better than Golden, better than Pristine, better than Hunt, better than all of them. They
mm,
deserve something that puts the seller first. And that will be the entire premise of my company.
I
If it
love
comes
it.
to fruition and everything happens, we want to create something that has the seller's best interest at heart. If you don't think that your card is going to be sold, we'll put a grace period, right? Like I'm not going to say that you can pull it 5 seconds before the auction ends, but like if it's 3 days or 48 hours or whatever before your item sells, and you don't believe that your item is going to sell for what you want, we will pull that item for you, and we
Sure.
will put that item back to you. We, if you want, we will re-put it up for as long as you want. But I want to create something that is seller friendly, user friendly, and makes people want to come back to us because they know as the seller that they may not get what they want, they will not be fucked over, and they will not have the the correct level of insight into what's going on with their card. Golden Auctions does not tell you if their card has been received, if your item has been received by them. They
Okay.
do not inform you when that item is going to be put up for auction. They do not inform you of what auction that item is going to be put on. They do not inform you about the low bid. And if you read their contract, it basically says you, this is all ours. This is all ours. You are screwed regardless of what happens because they are printing money. Right?
Yeah.
I sent them something for free. They did not purchase it. They did not provide insurance. They did not provide the shipping label. They did not cover shipping. They did not cover everything. I sent them an item for free. So it's irrelevant to them what it sells for because it's $0. They will make money off of it no matter what.
Yeah.
That to me is a scam. It's a scam. It's just a scam. And I think that the hobby deserves more.
I I get it, dude. I mean, I haven't been through the same situation, but you telling me it all sounds pretty reasonable. And I think, you got a great idea with some motivation behind it, and definitely a group of people that would
I don't think it's an
love more.
unreasonable request for an auction house to receive bare minimum. I don't think it's an unreasonable request that when an auction house gets your item, they tell you they got their item.
Yeah, they're processing it. They're going to put it up. I mean, I would like to know when it's going up. Like, give me a
For all this shit about PSA, for all the shit about PSA, at least PSA has a tracker that indicates we've gotten your item. We're waiting to do this. It's now doing this. It's then going there. It's
dude,
then going to go
Domino's has a
here, and then we're
tracker.
going to.
Pieces worth
Domino's is a fucking
$18.
yeah, and it is. I think that we as the market deserve more. So that's where I stand on that. That's how I feel. You will see probably a couple posts of me dragging Golden through the mud, and I will wear the Brad Marchand jersey while I drag them through the mud.
Oh, oh, I love it. And
I'm
I
a
hate
petty
it.
motherfucker.
I
I
hate it.
texted you. I am a petty person. If you do, I'm not petty for little things, but if you do something wrong to me in a manner that I deem if
Egregious.
I like a personal egregious, like
A personal
it
grievance.
no, 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 but like if you do something egregious that is the bare minimum of being a good company, forget being anything, being a decent company, being a better bureau rated company, like you
Right.
want something that is above board. You want something that, even if they make a mistake, they're willing to honor to own that mistake and then help you rectify that mistake. And, frankly, Golden Auctions did not. The only way they tried to rectify their mistake is by telling me that they do a collaboration on my post. And that was after I made several comments to them about how shitty an organization they were. Their
Right.
first response was not, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That should not have happened. We feel really bad. Let's help you or work with you to make up for that mistake in whatever way we can do to make up for that mistake.
Sure. Sure. You just want someone to say, "Hey, we want to make it right."
We want to make it right. Like
They did
everyone
not.
makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. I've made mistakes. Ordog's made mistakes. Cardlinker's made mistakes. Corbin Carroll here has made mistakes. But it's not about your mistakes. It's about your response to the mistakes that you make is the true test of the character that you are as a person.
Fair.
And and I think that Golden is an absolute shit organization that cares drastically more about their Netflix show and their perceived reputation as opposed to what they actually are.
Which
And
I'm
that
I'm
can be
interested,
seen.
Travis. It feels like they are with that Netflix show. With some of the things I've seen, podcast appearances, like they're doing the. I don't know what the guy's name is, but he's like a huge guy in Golden, and he's
Jeff
doing.
Golden, the head
That's his
guy.
name. That's
Yeah.
his name. He's been doing
Or
like a
Dave Golden, whatever
podcast
the
type
fuck his name
circuit
is. Yeah.
to promote the show, and I think we're gonna find out how people feel about Golden all at once. Like it's going to be a bunch of people who, uh, are learning about it because Netflix has more reach. And then when people go do any kind of research on their own, I don't think you're the only person. This thing that Linker
What do
and
you
I
think
both
their
sent you,
Google rating is?
maybe 4.1. I would guess four even lower.
Nope. Lower.
3.8 was the other number I had.
3, 4, I think.
That's like, dude, and you know how people just pistol whip fives, like it's crazy, or not pistol whip, pencil whip.
No, but I think, and this is probably a true statement, which is somewhat their fault, but also not their fault. Which is in their contract, they clearly indicate that they will have experts evaluate your item and they will then properly value your item and put them into a purse place, which
Right.
they did not do. And if you know law, that's gross negligence. That is the definition of gross
Mm,
negligence.
mm.
And I think that part of Golden's problem is they have grown too big for their britches. And they are now having, because of the Netflix show, everyone and their mother send in items to them, and they do not have the capabilities to properly evaluate items, properly put them into the right place with the right auctions, with the right starting bids, because
Sure.
they have so much stuff that they just need to put it out there. They just need to put it out there. And when you're a company that, like Tops, literally prints money, then what's stopping you from doing it? There's nothing that's stopping you from being an above board organization and looking out for the seller's and the buyer's best interests as opposed to your own.
I think that's it, man. I think you nailed it.
And that's my take. And Dave, I hope you see this, buddy. Um, Not you, Ordog, the other
I
guy.
know. I know.
Um, I hope you see this. Um, Ordog, we've been on here for well past our time. Holy jumping. This may be the longest show we've ever done.
Good.
Ordog, What are your final thoughts for the people, my friend?
The longest show we've ever done is definitely the Boston 20-year
Yeah, but
anniversary.
that was a special show.
But
That
it was a
wasn't
special. It was a
that was a
special.
special show. That was a special show.
Final thoughts. Let's go strong into the playoffs. Let's have our stars align, and we end up hanging out with all the Pats and Rockies in Denver all at once. That'd be great.
That'd be
Um,
sick.
I'm just in love with sports right now, and Happy New Year. I think the other big thing is like we're going into a new year. We're doing more than we've ever done, and I'm excited for what's to come.
Yes, Break Sports has got some cool fucking stuff coming this year. We're stoked. Uh, all I'll leave you with is as my favorite Boston Red Sox says, at least for the foreseeable, at least for the next couple months until he gets traded. Um, fuck him, fuck him. People, we really appreciate it. As David said, Happy New Year. Hope you guys have a great week. If you're watching this, sucks and stuff. You're going back to school tomorrow. Hope you guys have fun. Study hard. Stay warm. Have fun. We love you guys, and we will see you. See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.